Hi sir, I am S. Madhu from CSC B section. Today my topic is examine the effects of lead contamination on public health in Flint. Going to the topic, Flint water crisis. Examine the effects of lead contamination on public health in Flint. Introduction to the Flint water crisis. The Flint water crisis began in April 2014 when the city's water source was switched to the Flint River. This change led to widespread lead contamination due to corroded pipes. The crisis has raised significant public health concerns and highlighted systematic issues in water management. Background of Flint, Michigan. Flint is a city in Genesee County, Michigan, with a history of economic decline. The city's population decreased significantly over the decades, leading to budget constraints. These economic challenges contributed to the decision to change the water supply in search of cost savings. How to lead contamination occurred. The switch to Flint River water caused lead pipes to corrode, releasing lead particles into the drinking supply. Water treatment processes that would typically prevent corrosion were not adequately applied. Residents were exposed to high levels of lead without awareness of the potential dangers. Immediate health effects. Many residents reported symptoms such as headaches, rashes, and stomach issues shortly after the water switch. The presence of lead in the water led to increased lead levels in the blood of Flint children. These immediate health effects prompted further investigation into the water quality. Long-term health consequences. Prolonged exposure to lead can cause chronic health problems, especially for children. Studies have shown as an increase in case of lead poisoning among Flint youth since the crisis began. Long-term effects may include cognitive difficulties, attention disorders, and other developmental issues. Vulnerable populations. Children under 6 years old are particularly susceptible to lead exposure and its effects. Pregnant women and nursing mothers are also at increased risk as lead can affect fetal development. Low-income families in Flint face greater health risks due to limited access to healthcare and resources. Mental health impacts. The crisis has caused significant stress and anxiety among Flint residents, contributing to mental health issues. Concerns about children's health and safety have led to increased rate of depression and PTSD. The community's trust in locals and state authorities has been severely damaged, exacerbating mental health strains. Community response and activism. Residents organized protests and raised awareness about the dangers of lead contaminated water. Local activists collaborated with national organizations to seek justice and accountability. The community's response highlighted the importance of civic engagement in addressing public health crises. Government and institutional failures. The Flint water crisis revealed systematic failures in governance and regulatory oversight. Officials failed to act promptly despite early warnings about water quality issues. The crisis has prompted discussions about the need for better infrastructure and public health policies. Legal actions and accountability. Lawsuits have been filed against government officials and agencies for negligence and misconduct. Some officials faced criminal charges related to their roles in crisis. The pursuit of justice has been ongoing with varying degrees of success and community satisfaction. Measures taken to address the crisis. Emergency management was implemented to rectify the water quality issue in Flint. The city has been working to replace lead pipes and improve water treatment processes. Ongoing monitoring and testing of water quality have been established to restore public trust. Health officials launched programs to provide support for lead screening and remediation. Community outreach efforts aimed to educate residents about the risk of lead exposure. Nutritional programs were also introduced to help mitigate lead absorption in affected individuals. The role of CDC and EPA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) and environmental protection agencies have been involved in the response. These agencies provided guidelines for managing lead exposure and improving water safety. Their involvement emphasized the need for a comprehensive public health approach to the crisis. Lessons learned from Flint. The Flint water crisis serves as a critical case study in public health and environmental justice. It underscores the importance of proactive measures to monitor and manage water quality. Community engagement and accountability are essential in preventing similar crises in the future. Impacts on children education. The lead contamination has had adverse effects on children's educational outcomes. Schools have reported increased behavioral and learning difficulties linked to lead exposure. Efforts to provide additional resources for affected students are crucial for mitigating these impacts. Economic consequences. The crisis has had significant economic repercussions for Flint, further complicating recovery efforts. Property values have decreased and businesses have suffered due to public health concerns. Long-term investments in infrastructure and public health are necessary for economic revitalization. Future of Flint. The road to recover for Flint involves restoring trust and ensuring safe drinking water for all residents. Community resilience and collaboration will play a vital role in Flint's future. Long-term planning and investments in infrastructure are essential to prevent future crises. In the conclusion, the Flint water crisis highlights critical issues related to public health, governance, and community engagement. Addressing lead contamination requires a comprehensive approach that prioritizes healthy equity. The lessons learned from Flint can guide future actions to safeguard public health across the nation. Thank you.